I have sex toys on my work table. I have sex toys in my suitcase. I have sex toys in my carry-on. I have sex toys in my pockets many times. My laptop bag, but none in my closet.
Today we are meeting the man who sells more vibrators in a day than you drink cups of chai in one day.
It's my pleasure to be here to discuss the business of pleasure. Only in the last 10-15 years have the men come to want better orgasms.
Yeah.
They've realized that, hey, masturbation is constant. I need to upgrade my game.
क्या sex toys legal है?
Absolutely.
कौन सा age group सबसे ज़्यादा is interested in buying toys?
The 25 to 35, India was the second largest consumer of porn.
इंडिया में सबसे ज़्यादा sex toys कहाँ sell हो रहे हैं?
Maharashtra, Bangalore.
सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी.
हम हैं. Where are we not? We are everywhere. Every couple's dream, fantasies, imagination comes to life.
Product test. आप अपने अपार्टमेंट में प्रोडक्ट टेस्टिंग खुद से करते हैं?
किसी को अपना धर्म भ्रष्ट करना है तो एक बार सेक्स टॉय एक्सपो में गया, उसने जो देख लिया वो कभी अनदेखा नहीं करता. टॉय इज योर गम का साथी एंड खुशी का साथी.
You have to be slightly Besharam to get into this.
Absolutely, and we were full on Besharam.
That, and I'm so excited to be talking to you because I love the ethos and the theme of your company. So, for context, Raj is the co-founder at Besharam, and their aim is less shame, more pleasure.
But it is a privilege to be able to speak about pleasure, whether pleasure for men or women.
No, but before you jump in, I must ask you about that rose that looks intriguing. What is that?
Well, the rose is every guy's dream and desire for his partner.
Ooh.
It's called the Rose Bay. This one is pretty innovative and it's new in our collection. It replaces it actually improves the pleasure of an oral sex
I
with
thought
its
that was a
tongue-like
tongue.
flicking sensation.
Oh, nice.
And if you see this mimics a real human tongue. It is probably a little stronger. It vibrates.
Ooh.
And it will give you much desired rest if you want to try oral. Then it has a second bottom stem that vibrates. So it's something that you can use with your partner. It's something that you can use by yourself. And it's something that you can gift it, whether Valentine or not, because that rose is going to eventually wither. But this rose is just going to shine and give you the shiver.
How cute. But tell me more about the toys because I'm seeing some ये थोड़े मतलब astronaut spaceship type की चीजें हैं. ये क्या है?
So, today I am more of the king of good vibes as I'm going to show you my collection. I asked them to bring the favorite toys and some of the very interesting toys that I'm going to show you are also one of the top selling toys in India.
Oh, fantastic.
And some are new launches, so I'm going to walk them through. This beauty...
Is that a penguin?
It is a penguin.
How cute.
It's also called a penguin. They've also trademarked as a penguin. It is one of our top selling toys along with the Love Breeze. What does it do? It has very strong pulsating suction technology that will work on the clitoris, give a vacuum style suction effect, and most women have said that they come in 2 to 5 minutes.
Ooh.
So think about this as a real deal when it comes to vibrators. And then we have a Love Breeze, which is probably the more well-behaved cousin of the penguin. It doesn't have a very obvious shape. It looks like a keyboard mouse.
Actually, yeah, this
Right?
is great for carrying on the plane.
And exactly. Or I'll tell you a story about the plane in a few.
But ये spaceship क्या है? ये I mean,
Okay.
this has been catching my eye for a bit.
The-
ये है क्या?
you mean this-
थोड़ा सा intimidating भी
this
है.
look?
Yeah, this
Okay.
big guy.
This big guy is for the guys.
Oh,
So,
I'm so glad we're talking about this because I feel like जैसे ही हम like when this video goes out ना आधे से ज़्यादा comments यही होंगे that like are they toys for men?
Yes.
आधे लोगों को तो
Yes.
पता ही नहीं
Yes.
होता है that they are toys for men.
So very interestingly, not only in India, world over, for the last 40 years, 34 years since sex toys are out there, it's always been a desired product for women. So either women are buying for themselves or their partners are buying for them, right? Only in the last 10-15 years have the men come to want better orgasms.
Yeah.
They've realized that, hey, masturbation is constant. I need to upgrade my game. So that's when men toys have been evolving a lot more in the last 10 years. This is a result of that evolution, right? But I also tell something ironical about India. Since we went live, men were more buying toys in India
Ooh.
versus women. And we'll talk about that why, because not only was there an orgasm gap, there's also the comfort level in trying toys gap because there were more men more ready to try it on. This is only a cucumber, okay? A Kira. So now we're gonna have Mr. Kira double up as our prop for demonstrating this toy. All right. So as you can see this toy, and as you
Kafi
can
futuristic
visualize it, it has 3 sensations that it delivers.
Oh,
Number
wow.
1, it has a suction sensation inside. So when a man's penis is inserted in here, it is
Oh, wow.
actually feeling suction, vibration, and a bead rolling effect, which no hand in the world can do.
That's true.
No glove in the world can do. You know, funny thing about this is this looks like a protein shaker. If I didn't have it, it's my protein shaker, right? How innocent looking it is.
That's true.
Only the person who owns it knows that it's not for shaking protein, right? This is for...
I love that all of these toys look like that. Like they can all pass off for something else.
Absolutely. And this is the newer, cleaner version of toys because that's what the demand and the need is, right? So, so this one also improves experience for you because it's got a disco light effect, which is too bright here to see it. It has the suction effect. It has the rotation effect.
How cool.
There is an upgrade version of this, which has a moaning effect.
Ooh.
So when somebody is using it, all they have to do is hold it. It does the whole job.
मतलब ये पूरा audio visual experience
It will
है.
have, yeah, it will be the 4D experience, not even the 3D or the 4D experience. So this is what we talk about evolution of toy. And for somebody who is not tried it, their mind would be truly blown at the evolution. But let's also talk about some of the previous generation toys.
And actually what I think I really like is कि इतनी देर आपने इसमें खीरा रखा. The खीरा is not damaged at all.
So ladies
It
and
is
gentlemen,
gentle enough.
if it's gentle enough for the Kira, you don't have to worry about
It
it.
is gentle enough for your खीरा. Alright, so अगर इतने सारे toys के बीच में I had to build, say, a dream box
Yes.
of the ultimate toys one must have.
Right.
मतलब beginner level से लेकर के audio visual 4D experience तक.
Absolutely.
For men and for women. Like, tell me about it. Tell me
Right.
what you would choose to build that box.
So when you think about it, the man generally gets stimulation primarily from the penis, right? And the woman gets it from the clitoris, from the vagina, and also from the anus. So if I had to build a dream box, I would just need 4 things.
Okay.
I would need a lovely masturbator for the male
Fantastic.
penis. I'll need a very pretty vibrator for the clitoris. I would use a butt plug for the anus.
Ooh.
And the 4th
It's
and
shiny.
the most important part of the toolbox, hands.
I love that.
So with this, every couple's dream, fantasies, imagination comes to life.
Fantastic.
It's not so complicated as you think.
And इतना expensive भी नहीं है because I think हम जैसे ही toys के बारे में बात करते हैं हम we get a little bit intimidated कि कितना खर्चा हो जाएगा. This is
Right.
not like a very massive box जिसमें आपको दसियों हजारों रुपए लगाने पड़ रहे हैं. This is fairly affordable, I would imagine.
So because of demand and supply, because of the marketing fluctuations, abhi toys are more affordable than your iPhone, of course. They're more affordable than a nice dinner out, a candlelight dinner, which is probably going to be lasting for one night, but the toys will last multiple nights.
Return on investment अच्छा है.
So it's a good investment with a forever return.
Oh, I love that.
Forever, everyday return because the toys deliver. Whether your partner is not in mood, they're not in the space, they're not in your physical distance, but the toy is your गम का साथी and खुशी का साथी.
How cute, I love that. But अभी हमने इतने सारे toys discuss कर लिए हैं. But I mean, toys के साथ क्या करते हैं? You play with toys, right? So let's talk a little bit about play
Yeah, yeah.
itself. What is play? And who makes a good playmate, actually?
Play is the game for adults
I love
where
that.
there are no rules and it's a lot about discovery. It's a space and a environment where you can be silly, daring, curious, and sometimes outrageous.
Ooh.
But remember that the end goal is both of you are coming out happy versus trying to chase your own success. And when you say what's a playmate, it's a very interesting question. I think playmate is a person who understands it's more about chemistry and less about technique.
Okay, tell me more.
So, a playmate is somebody who listens more, who can react to the partner. It could be a male or female, and cause cause the balance of power to be equal without trying to be concerned only about my goals or my end destination, but somebody who does not mind to break some rules,
Okay.
but not break boundaries.
Okay, you say boundaries. आपका boundaries से क्या मतलब है? What boundaries are necessary जब हम play के बारे में सोचते हैं?
Right. So, boundaries in a play, and which is very well in play requiring two people to participate, boundaries are where a person's comfort level ends.
Okay.
Right? Now, it's two different people. One may have much more explorative experience. One may be किसी को Mount Everest climb करना है, और but किसी को near गंगा ही तैरना है, right?
Yeah, fair.
So understanding each other and playing in that domain is a good playmate.
Yeah.
Also, somebody who listens more, because in a play game, you will not need to talk.
Okay.
You're observing and listening. Of course, you want to do dirty talking, that's going to raise the game, right? But that's what a perfect playmate is. Now, the concept of playmate always came from Playboy, where playmate per se is a object of desire. But here in real life, it's a person of desire
I
who
love
understands you and who can respond and focus on the chemistry.
I love that we've gone from like rephrasing from object of desire to person of desire, because I think toys के साथ लोग बहुत ज़्यादा इसीलिए डर जाते हैं कि will it replace the partner या क्या हो जाएगा, and I think that might add a level of like security.
So,
It's just an upgrade, I would imagine.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, the more you research about it and the more you talk to people, you realize that there are two things constant. One is masturbation, one is sex. It's been happening for years and
Yeah.
ages. What toys do is they upgrade your game, right? They don't replace, they're not alternative for sex. They're not, diminishing your masturbation, right?
Yeah.
But they're upgrading your level. Like, very common examples, tarka on dal.
Ooh,
That
nice.
you would have the dal by itself, but the tadka adds the flavor, right? Now we had this faluda the other day. There's the jelly and the nuts, and so I think it's the cherry on top, but that cherry has a much more wider
Base.
exactly wider base. Thanks for
Very interesting. What is very interesting जो मैं आजकल observe कर रही हूँ कि all the time मेरे comment section में ना girls want to learn,
yeah.
and a lot of times boys want to learn about the market.
Boys would learn of the market.
कि क्या चल क्या रहा है market में.
right.
And I'm reading these stats. I think what I have here is that every 6 years the market doubles.
Absolutely. Can
It
you
is
believe that?
insane, and मतलब इतना incredible. When I started doing content around like pleasure a couple of years back, इतने toys available नहीं थे. India में तो नहीं available
Yes,
थे.
yes.
So I want to talk about like doing this in India. How did Besharam develop? How did doing this almost mix of like audacity but smart but also cheeky? How did all of this come about?
So, the sex toys market in the world doubles every 6 years in the world. But do you want to know the fun fact about India?
Yes,
Since
please.
2020, we have doubled every 7 to 8 months. Because we
Months?
started so late,
Wow.
the demand blew up. So, even though India is not in a place where it's competing with the revenue that's being generated for toys in US or UK, right? But the speed at which more and more people are joining, the market size increasing is unheard of and unseen of. That's like an Indian waking up say, I missed this all my life. I want it now. I've been away, I've been deprived, I've been taken away from my birthright of having good pleasure. So now I'm going after it, and I'm going after it with a vengeance. So India's market, since 2020, and the boost came after COVID, has been doubling up until 2024. But still, India's pace of adoption is faster than what's worldwide, right? Which you notice. So that's telling us that the number of people accepting in India, the rate of acceptance, the rate of adoption is faster than anywhere in the world, which is why India is right now the hottest market.
So
Literally,
we're fully living up.
we
Der hai
are
durust hai.
we are there at Durust. Absolutely, absolutely. Durust hai aur bahut khushi se aaye. Happily we came. So then you asked me about
I wanted to understand, like, how did this idea of developing Besharam come about?
Right,
because it's you guys have been there since before anybody else.
So when we started Tanaya, we were always that those two kids who lived their teenage lives in India, who were in such a place where they could not speak their mind about things they actually liked. Like, for example, in my high school, I moved to an army school, a military school in those Kendra Vidyalaya series, and it's a very popular concept of ragging, right?
Yeah.
So, in my first week, though I was physically bigger than many of the people who want to rag, so they didn't rag me in other way, but the class bully made a comment about that, hey, do you masturbate? At that time, I couldn't say yes. I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
I didn't have an answer. That stayed with me. It didn't bother me, but it stayed with me over the years. And I realized that, and this is, I'm talking 20 plus years back. So that, when I felt that, hey, an average person in India is not even able to speak about such a, something that they are participating in, probably daily, weekly, or monthly, because the construct of the society is so severe, because you may get chastised, you may get stigmatized, you may get looked down. And the effect of societal judgment is real.
Absolutely.
It's not a joke. It's not a word that you talk about. People who go through, they can feel it. Even when I talk about this now, after so many years, I can feel a chill run down my spine. So fast forward to 2012, my partner and I, my partner is my business partner and I, we were very intrigued by the rate of improvement of life in India, right? We have been away from India. We have lost touch with the reality of India. And when we were talking about India, we realized that India is still in such a place where the population of India, 35%, 65% of the audience is under 35 years. They don't have access to good sex education, nor they have access to products which they can use. And of course, forget about at that time, the cultural influence was something that you cannot, we could not foresee we can achieve or change. So then we said, hey, we live in the US. We know our target customers in India, our brothers and sisters in India, and we thought, why not we break the mold by introducing a product that every average male or female can use to masturbate?
Yeah.
There were some interesting statistics that time. It said that India was the second largest consumer of porn.
India is the second largest consumer of porn
Absolutely.
in the world.
This is 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Still, either it's in number 3, 2, or 4, and it competes with Germany, it competes with Brazil, it competes with Russia. And USA is at top.
सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी.
हम हैं. Where are we not? We are everywhere. So we figured that incorporating a product that people who consume porn will use it, and it would be a soft entry into the system and see if that's getting things normalized. Of course, everybody in our family, friends, they said, dude, you're crazy. You're going to go in jail. You're going to be banned from India, right? And you would be all thrown up in media because we have been conditioned about living in India from the times where obscenity had some nationwide debates. If you go a little more back, from the time of, there was a movie called Raja Hindustani,
Yeah.
where Amir Khan and Karishma Kapoor kissed in the rain.
Yes.
We didn't have social networks so well. I don't even think we had social network then, but it was the talk of the nation. It was the furor in the entire country that how could Indian culture allow something like this where a male and female can kiss?
Yeah.
Obviously, we are not 1.3 billion for no reason, right? So,
नहीं हम फूल हिला के इतना आगे बढ़े हैं प्लीज
so no more, no more. The fools have also evolved. The fools have also
I
evolved.
love that.
So then there was also another instance where two models, Madhu Sapre and Milan Soman, they wrapped a python. They were believed to be naked. There was no nudity.
Yeah.
But the perception of them being naked and standing for a shoes brand ad was where the India's obscenity cover got pushed.
Yeah.
So we are come through those generations. So when we heard that, hey, you could get in serious trouble, we believed it. So, but then we had the conviction that, hey, if not now, when?
Yeah.
And if not us, who? So this was the time of 2011 and 12. We did a lot of research ourselves. We came to India. We met attorneys, lawyers, custom brokers, affluent individuals, some celebrities, and we said, what is the perception? What do you think? To our surprise, every third person or fourth person said, why don't we have something like this in India?
Yeah.
Why don't I have a product? Because conventionally it's always called sex toy. So when we said we want to introduce a lubricant, they said, but what about the sex toy? So what we realized is it's one thing what the world perceives about India. It's the other thing is how Indians, where they are at in their own life's journey and in their own mental maturity about toys and pleasure. So we realized that, hey, lube se kuch nahi hoga. If you have to go in, you have to go all in.
Full.
So then we got it and like, hey, two boys, one from Pune, one from Hyderabad. We had to figure out one to launch something like this, living in the US, selling to India, and second, also have an exit strategy in case it backfires. What will happen? Because once you go in, you don't want to. It's sink or swim. Then then as more research we did, and which a lot of people don't do because many people immediately inferred that, oh, is it about your private parts? That must be prohibited. Oh, it's about pleasure. It must be not allowed.
Yeah.
It must be illegal, right? There's all perception.
Slightly Besharam to get into this.
Absolutely. And we were full on Besharam.
I love that.
We named our Besharam. Literally everything around me is Besharam. I just don't have Besharam tattoos, right? Literally. And my team have Besharam tattoos, so they have got advanced there. So that's when we launched Besharam from US. We signed up Sunny Leone, who was the star. We wanted a splash in the ecosystem. We didn't just want to go quietly under the carpet and slowly build. We wanted to come with a splash, like, the Fata poster, Nikla Hero kind of moment.
Love that.
So when we did that, we got Sunny. And for us, fortunately, in 2 years, Sunny's popularity catapulted. She became Google's #1 search person.
Wow.
When we hired Sunny, we hired her because we realized that she and our brand have similar ethos, both of Indian origin. So we are Indian origin founders, both based out of the US and catering to the Indian audience. So for us, it seemed a lot of alignment. And that was 2012 when we went live. Now 2025, a decade of breaking barriers, making people scream, and being unapologetic about it. Hopefully a few more.
Besharmi should be celebrated. I think so.
Absolutely. And we believe everybody is. They just
Fantastic.
either don't know it or they don't admit it.
Fantastic. I think everybody who's watching this, अगर वो इतना ही absorb कर लेना कि बेशर्मी is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we are successful in
Absolutely,
today's
absolutely.
episode. But speaking of Besharmi, what has been your riskiest product ideas to date? मतलब कहाँ एकदम ही बवाल मच सकता था?
Right. Glad you asked. So I'm not going to give you one, but I'm going to give you two ideas.
I love that. Variety.
Last year,
Variety.
absolutely. This is the most gentle. This is the most cleanest sanskari products we have, right? These are the most sanskari products. My team partnered with a teledildonics company called Kiru,
Okay.
which is one of the most advanced tech enabling toy company in the world.
Interesting.
We decided to introduce a toy for India in partnership with us. It was a vibrator which will have GPS tracking technology.
Eh?
Listen, we had a lot of hands like yours, and then first it was like hey, and then it would moment. When the idea came about,
Isn't that also how sex evolves?
exactly, absolutely. That's also how from the time you enter the bedroom till the time you exit the bedroom. So this idea looked great on paper. We even added two very good features. One, it would have a noise sensing application.
Okay.
So if your moaning or screaming sound is over a certain decibel, it'll give you a warning with beeps and with vibrations. So to keep it like
Wow.
kosher in your space also, you don't want people to
Wow.
hear it.
घर में लोगों को पता ही नहीं
Pata na
चलेगा।
chale, you
क्या
know.
बात
So
है?
so very catering to my customer. This part, and then there was also a third feature in it, which I was very bullish on, is it would rate the severity of the orgasm
Oh, nice.
on a scale of 1 to 10. So it will tell the user what was the score in this session.
ये तो
But-
स्टडीज में भी यूज हो सकता है।
Absolutely. So, sexual health and sexual wellness and pleasure should go hand in hand because
Absolutely.
they are so overlapping in so many departments. But then we realized that nobody wants their orgasm on Google Maps. Nobody wants to be able to track that outside of the bedroom. So that was one of the very risky ideas, which sometimes we want to launch a product, maybe not because it'll have a function, but it will cause a ruckus.
Absolutely.
Because to make noise, you have to stand out of the crowd.
Yeah.
And we were okay for that to fail. But then, our team said, hey, let us invest this money on something more productive and not risk all our investment. Before that, few years, I think this is 5 years back, when the Make in India movement was very
Yeah.
strong, right? It started and every company, every brand wanted to put their 2 cents and, promote Make in India. We really got riled up with that. My pride and my patriotism was at peak, and I said, I want to, and I was willing to put all my chips on the table to introduce 3 products: a vibrator, a masturbator, and a butt plug. We are going to call the vibrator as Parampara.
Aha.
We're going to call the
No way.
masturbator as Sanskar, and we're going to call the butt plug as Samaj. Because we wanted to rebel and say, fuck Samaj, fuck Parampara, fuck Sanskar, in a very symbolic way.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, that
I'm
would-
glad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have had to do this interview behind the bars, if that would have happened, because it's one thing what excites you
Yeah.
inside your meeting room.
Yeah.
And once that bubble of imagination hits ground in reality, then you're like, yeah, it will be a great PR move. But listen, in India,
It would also
comedians.
been a great jail move.
There you go. And I am pretty happy in my apartment and house. I don't want more room. In India, where comedians can cause damage to their studios by saying something that offends,
Yeah.
So we're probably not there yet, but we could try giving that message through some other medium.
Interesting.
So those are 2 riskies which we are glad we did not risk our not just brand reputation but our own goodwill and
Yeah,
safety.
Safety. But speaking of this apartment you're so safe in, do you product test? आप अपने अपार्टमेंट में प्रोडक्ट टेस्टिंग खुद से करते हैं?
Your question is such a tricky question. Whether you say yes, you're damned. Whether you say no, you're damned. So, I'm going to talk about products in my apartments. Somebody asked me that, hey, do you have toys on your table, on your work table? I said, I have sex toys on my work table. I have sex toys in my suitcase. I have sex toys in my carry-on. I have sex toys in my pockets many times, my laptop bag, but none in my closet.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Full Besharam.
So you know you'll realize, and when you are doing this in and out, the fancy of toys disappears.
Is it the fancy or is it the taboo?
So taboo तो पहले से ही नहीं था. We were obviously broadcasting the message of being Besharam, but for us, talking about toys, discussing, sometimes I have to be quiet when I have about 65% women in my team, and they come with questions in our groups. Hey, this customer wants this doll with this size boobs, this nipples, this length, this hair, this size, this color of the vagina, and this size of the anus. They are asking this question to the other teammate, and I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to comment about it.
Wow. Itna customization is possible?
Oh, absolutely. Before coming here, my entire hotel expense was paid by a customer day before yesterday. We sold a sex doll worth 7.5 lakh. Maybe 3 more blinks.
What?
7.5 lakh. That is the highest value of order this year. We have sold products at 10 lakh, 12 lakh per order, one customer.
इसमें आपने कितने टेस्ट किए?
You came back to that question.
I see you're trying to avoid it. I'm going back there.
My testing inquisitiveness and curiosity was very high in the beginning, because even when I went to this category, I went to a few trade shows. I'd be like, yaar, ye kya hai? Ye kahan use hota hai?
Yeah.
If that toy I would have seen maybe 10 years back when I entered, I'm like, how the hell do you use that? What is it doing, right?
Yeah.
What the damn is that shape? So now, because you have graduated in this university of toy manufacturing, you can see, and you can within 3 seconds you'll know how it's used and how powerful that is, etc. And I think visually I do the testing. I don't need to do testing physically, but if I have to, there's a product brand called Fleshlight.
Okay.
Fleshlight is one of the world's leading brands, which is the #1 toy seller for men worldwide. Okay. Why? Because they are the only one in the world who have a texture which is skin-like, and it's patented, so nobody can even copy. I have the sample here. So this brand.
तो ये this is a toy सिर्फ आदमियों के लिए.
This is a toy for all penis owners, right?
Okay.
So this toy, this material, it feels like it. You can even warm it up. When you use it with lube, it is the closest thing to the real experience.
Okay.
Which is why this is a great toy. Now, interesting enough, we wanted to create. This brand wanted to ask us that, hey, could you tell us how should we create for India? How should we design the toy for India? And they asked me, hey, why don't you use it and tell me? So generally at trade shows, I'm not so open to using, because I'm like, hey, I'm generally having my expert opinion, but I was pretty curious as to how it is. And I have absolutely used it. There is no shame in using it. And I realized that the products that Fleshlight makes actually deliver the sensation very, very close to a real human interaction. And they even offer customization where you can make it tighter, increase the vacuum suction, they will put ridges inside it, so you even have a texture-like feeling. So if a man has to come closest to the real experience, the toys can give to you.
Wow.
So whether you are single, you don't have to worry. If you're a couple and not in the mood, you don't have to worry. If you're not in a couple and you don't want to have it with your partner, also you don't have to worry.
And if you're in a couple and आपको बस experience upgrade करना है, you don't have to worry.
Absolutely. You don't have to worry, but you just have to hurry. And try it once.
So, I heard you mention expos and trade shows.
Yeah,
तो
yeah.
मतलब क्या sex toys के trade shows होते हैं?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
So, just like any other product, sex toy expos is one of the most interesting thing you have been, or many of them have not been in the world. Sex toys expo 2 टाइप के होते हैं.
Okay.
फर्स्ट वो होते हैं जो आपकी इमेजिनेशन से भी वाइल्ड होते हैं. वहाँ पर लोग लाइव डेमो देते हैं of how to use toys,
Wow.
how toys work, and they also bring in products for BDSM, bondage, fetish. They have live models who are enacting what you would experience, or also you'll have a lot of porn stars and content creators who would come in and talk about it. So this is a very interactive type of sex toy show, or sex show as it's called. And obviously it happens in the US and Germany and Spain, France, these places. Then there is the business side of it. The business side of it is probably more of social gathering and more
Networking.
of networking, exactly. Because we go, we have one-on-one meetings, we have the brands and manufacturers show us what products they have, we make quick decisions, we discuss 5 minutes about business, 20 minutes about everything else in the world. So those are the ones which generally are boring for an audience. But if somebody has to, किसी को अपना धर्म भ्रष्ट करना है, तो एक बार सेक्स टॉय एक्सपो में गया, उसने जो देख लिया वो कभी अनदेखा नहीं कर सकता.
वाओ, मतलब काफ़ी वाइल्ड चीज़ें हो रही हैं यहाँ.
काफ़ी और चीज़ें. इनफैक्ट अगर आप ट्रैवल करते हैं तो आप देखोगे हर कंट्री में सेक्स म्यूजियम होता है. सेक्स म्यूजियम का कॉन्सेप्ट ये है कि वहाँ पर एक तो वो टॉयज़ का एवोल्यूशन से लेटेस्ट फ्रॉम द टाइम इट स्टार्टेड, फ्रॉम द टाइम इट इज़ देयर, they'll show very weird practices worldwide, or maybe in that country. They'll talk about stories about what certain things happen, or how at one point of time this was considered taboo and now. So it's eye-opening for you. But then they also have, fun facts like the longest penis, the shortest penis, the most shapely a vagina. I've seen this in a sex museum in Amsterdam. They were vaginas that were resembling various various fruits and various objects that you would look. And like otherwise you would have noticed, but when you go there. So they kind of consolidate all the weird, strange, wild things about, sex, because sex is one activity that connects everybody.
Absolutely.
It intrigues almost every person. If somebody doesn't admit it, they're not there yet. They just will one of these days.
And I find it very interesting. आपने बात करी अलग-अलग countries की. When it comes to designing toys, क्या हर country के अलग-अलग cultural and sensibilities, local sensibilities के हिसाब से are toys developed, या are they like standard toys that come across in the whole world?
Different countries, by the virtue of their population's preferences, maybe their anatomical structures, they decide different kind of products to pick. And so we have certain products sell a lot in USA.
Oh.
Certain products sell a lot in India. I'll give you an example. In US,
How interesting.
they don't want toys that they can't use. So they want toys that they can use often. And they always, generally it's in US, it's found that 65% people have toys. So the penetration of toys in a country like US, pun intended, is much greater than what is India. Now, there is not enough studies to tell what India preferences are, though we have, at a very early stage, we've identified that the length of the insertable part of a dildo, or products, vibrators that have the insertable part, in India, we prefer it not as deep as it is in countries like the US or Europe, because the anatomical structure of people is larger than India. Secondly, there are certain colors that in India are more popular. Like India is more of the earthy colors, the black and something that's dark.
Interesting.
Versus the colorful colors, the purples and the pinks that everywhere else works in the world. अभी क्या हो गया है? US की market saturate हो गई है. In India, the evolution of toys, we are at like say stage 1.
Okay.
So in the next 3 years, we'll have products that आप हाथ में hold करोगे and आप believe नहीं करोगे कि ये toy है. I'll give you an example. What do you think this is?
Oh my God, wow.
This is India's answer to the sex toy world by the one term called jugaad. So, आप वाइब्रेटर देखोगे तो आप चौंक जाओगे, मगर आप ईयरपॉड देखोगे अगर मेरे हाथ में तो आप क्यों चौंकोगे?
Absolutely.
आप कहोगे कि कितना प्रिटी कवर है इस ईयरपॉड का.
Wow.
बट ये ईयरपॉड क्या कर सकता है, ये आप जानेंगे और ये जानेगा.
क्या बात है?
Because this is a new invention that looks like earpod.
Yeah.
It has a suction feature. It has a tongue light vibrating feature. So if somebody wants a gift that
Is discreet.
discreet, not obvious, and probably a great conversation starter.
Okay.
I mean, I know my friends who are women, they love talking about it when they're together. And this is a status symbol because if somebody's got such a cool looking toy, they already got an extra aura here, right?
I love that. I love that शादी का toys से कोई relationship नहीं है. And what I find very interesting, अभी मैंने research में पढ़ा कि long distance relationships के लिए भी toys आ गए हैं.
Absolutely.
What are the toys that are available and ये long distance toys कैसे चलते हैं? Like how does one use them?
So आप देख रहे हैं कि जैसे जैसे पॉपुलेशन यूजर्स को कोई भी चैलेंज आता है फॉर अराइविंग टुगेदर और हैविंग सेक्स, टॉयज वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हैं. पहले उसने सॉल्व कर दिया कि जहाँ ऑर्गेज़म गैप है उसने टॉयज रिड्यूस करता है. टॉयज वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता है कि जब आपके पार्टनर अवेलेबल नहीं है, आप सिंगल है, तो आप टॉयज यूज़ कर सकते हैं. जो लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट है जो काफ़ी एडवांस्ड हो चुका है बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ पार्टनर्स इन द लाइफस्टाइल, कोई ट्रैवल कर रहा है, कोई अदर सिटी में रहता है, जॉब करता है, उसका सोल्यूशन long distance toys has been there for a few years, but in the last 2 years they have come to such a place. They're practical, they're affordable, and they're very intuitive. How it works, I'll explain to you. There's a 3-4 levels of toys that are long distance, right? The basic level of toys are smart toys, which we call, because you can use an app to control the toy.
Oh.
So instead of it being a Bluetooth, it has a remote control. तो ये toy, एक toy जो female partner के पास रहेगा, the male partner can connect to Wi-Fi, internet, control the toy from any distance as long as they're connected to the internet. So they could be on a video call, having a nice time, having a conversation, and the male partner can control it right from there. They could be sexting, and the male partner or the female partner. So it works both ways. There are toys for men, but then predominantly more toys for women. And now, as we are improving, as the evolution of toys come in, the demand grows. Now there is toys that can be used 2 ways. So imagine if the female partner is using a vibrator and she is stroking up and down. The male partner has a like a protein shaker type, a water flask type toy on their side.
Wow.
And that will emit the same sensations through teledildonics what the female partner is processing, and that their toy is reading. Now, sometimes the man is in charge. When the man starts to stroke at his side, the female feels the intensity. So for example, the man is bending it or going faster. That toy that is there, it starts to thrust up and down. So it's very close to them having the real exchange of body organs without being in the real physical space.
So are you saying that I can be living in Delhi and my partner can be in any other corner of India and he can give me an orgasm?
As long as they have access to internet.
How?
And as long as they have your permission.
Well, important. But how?
Well, let me introduce something very interesting to you.
I like that it matches me.
Absolutely. This also matches our brand. But what looks like a very innocent looking rat with a tail, this is world's largest selling smart toy for women. It's called the Love and Slush. This is so popular that literally every person who's bought a smartphone or a smart toy, this is their first toy. If you see by the shape, it is designed to go inside the vagina. Mm-hmm. It nestles in, and this edge that you see here rests on the perceived G-spot. Mm-hmm. This is for holding and for the antenna so that it can pair up with your phone properly.
An antenna in the vagina? Pehli baar
antenna in the vagina. What a rhyming line for this. So when this pairs up, this can be controlled. This is very powerful. Okay. It looks very innocent, but it's very powerful. And you can control its intensity. It can sync with music. You can be playing to your Arijit Singh, or you are in the mood for Badshah or Honey Singh. Depends on your mood. You can go up or down with this toy.
Mehndi Hassan, why not?
Why not? Why not? Ustad's Fateh Ali Khan.
Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan.
That'll put you to sleep, right? So this one, Love and Slush, can be controlled by any smartphone. It's very advanced technology. It's not one of the basic technology. It has vibration patterns, so it has about several vibration patterns that can go. It has movement, so the whole body moves, the vibrations move. And this is also one of the toys that a lot of webcam models in the world use.
Oh.
You'll be surprised to know that in India, there are about 35,000 creators in the webcam commerce system.
Wow.
And every year they make over 10 to 12 million dollars in revenue performing using these toys. And which is also why they are very popular in India. There are, if you look at top 5 toys for women, because the price, like this is a 20,000 rupees toy by itself.
Wow.
So it is a lot of smart gadget in this little baby.
Wow.
But the evolution of smart toy, I think, will be in such a place where people will be able to use their watch or their thoughts to control the partner's sensation. They'll be able to, without hands-free, they'll be able to talk to them. They'll be able to, with words and voice, control the gadget with their partner.
Wow.
That's what we think will be the next evolution of the smart toys and incorporating AI in there to make it more usable in the real world.
How cool. This is absolutely insane. And I found it very interesting कि technology किस तरह से इन trends को बदल रही है. आपने बताया that this is one of the highest selling toys in the world.
Yes.
एक और trend जो मुझे बहुत ही interesting लगा that I saw recently was that on January 1, 2025, e-commerce websites, the 10-minute delivery apps, one of them told, shared this data that in one day, they had sold 1.2 lakh units of condoms in one day. So ऐसे हमें toys में कोई seasonal trends दिखते हैं क्या?
Absolutely. I mean, that's amazing numbers. हम जो दो सीजन होते हैं every year.
Wow.
जहाँ पर
Sex toy season.
Exactly. जहाँ पे it's raining toys.
Wow.
You heard Michelle Pfeiffer say it's raining men. This time it's literally raining toys. Our warehouses are cleaned up. Obviously, the first is Valentine.
For sure.
The first, the previous 4 weeks of Valentine, the number of people who buy toys, we sell more toys in those 4 weeks than we sell in the 4 months after Valentine.
Wow.
And we definitely make sure there's no return policy on Valentine toys sold because, if your partner did not accept it, find a new partner. Very open and Besharam about it. And then recently, there's a new time frame that is getting very popular. It's called Singles Day.
Interesting.
Yes. So November 11th, which is 11/11, is symbolically dedicated to people who are single. Because you had Valentine Day and everybody who have a partner and the peer pressure to have a date, they got what they wanted. But the singles come first. So they got November 11 Singles Day. So that's a concept that's been very long time in the West, right? In Japan, it's like actually a celebration. It's not something you would be ashamed of. Every brand, microwave, shoes, phones, everywhere they do. It's like the Black Friday of Japan is Singles Day, and even in China. So in India, this has picked up for the last 3 years. And a lot of single people, you could be in a relationship, you could be single, you could purchase anytime. But that's when the attention goes through that, hey, I need to find something that I can enjoy through the New Year into Valentine's. Overall, that's the two most. And of course, we have New Year's season. So I think people who want toys are buying 2 weeks before New Year's. The people who are buying condoms are buying on day off. Because I think condom is a last minute emergency purchase, or hey, I'm not getting laid without a condom. So
Excellent.
I like to get that.
So what I'm going to do is कि मेरे पास जो सवाल आते हैं ना, I'm
Yeah.
going to ask all of those to you because you are the industry expert. So we're going to do a rapid fire of sex toys.
Fabulous.
Number 1, क्या sex toys legal है?
Absolutely.
क्या sex toys illegal हैं?
नहीं.
कहाँ sex toys illegal हो सकते हैं?
अगर sex toys का shape या design male organ या female organ से resemble करता है तो.
Oh, okay. क्या मैं सेक्स टॉय लेके फ्लाई कर सकती हूँ?
Absolutely. मैं तो सूटकेस लेके जा रहा हूँ.
इंडिया में सबसे ज़्यादा सेक्स टॉयज कहाँ सेल हो रहे हैं?
Number one state is Maharashtra,
ओह,
but number one city is Bangalore.
इंटरेस्टिंग. एज, कौन सा एज ग्रुप सबसे ज़्यादा इज इंटरेस्टेड इन बाइंग टॉयज?
That's very obvious. The 25 to 35 is the number one category of age that buys toys, but very close is 18 to 25.
What are the 5 things you should not try to use as a sex toy?
First, don't try vegetables. They are for eating, they're not for using as toys. Please don't do that. Secondly, please don't use castor oil, almond oil,
Wow.
sande ka tel for pleasure. I know it has the name of a tail, but this is not, it's not going to give you pleasure. It's going to give you pain, and you will, you'll not gain anything in this experience.
I love that. If there were 3 emojis to describe IMBesharam, how would you do it?
The first emoji is, with the eyes, the heart eyes.
Oh, yeah?
Is the first emoji. Then you have the cross eyes,
Cool.
right? That's the second emoji.
Crossed out in pleasure?
Yes, that's the orgasm face. That is the orgasm face. And the third is where the bandar closes the eyes.
Oh my god.
Ye kya dekh liya maine? That face. So these are the 3 emojis.
3 toys that don't work.
First, penis extender. Common to your perception and the name that it will extend penis, they're a horrible purchase. Second, you'll see those cheaper variety of rabbit vibrators that have a see-through body and balls in there and have the rabbit feature, very cracky plastic, cheap toys. They don't work. They give you impression that you're going to ride a roller coaster, but it ends up to be an auto rickshaw ride. So please don't try that. Don't put homemade DIY products for the butt,
Oh wow, yeah.
because if it doesn't have a flare ending, you cannot retrieve it, and then the only place you have to get help is from the doctor and not from a sexpert anymore.
Who is more Besharam? Your customers or your team and your investors?
No, 100% are customers, because they know what they want. The investors, they can't admit what they want. They have too much sharam, right? And our team is the crusaders. They are neither. They are the one that are the new face of the society. They are not the one who
I
would
love
judge.
that.
They are the one
love
who
that.
welcome everybody.
Okay, what is one industry trend that that you see, that you think maybe not, people who are not in the sex toy industry would know?
Well, one trend is that there are too many butt plugs being sold.
Wow,
India is not so naive about anal sex.
very interesting.
India has a fascination. It has a slight hesitation, but it definitely has motivation for anal toys.
Okay, last question. Oh, tell me some DIY homemade sex toy horror stories.
Oh, really those horror stories, the doctor knows better than than a toy seller, because when that happens, they're not coming back to the store and saying this happened.
But you must have a favorite, I'm sure.
So
एक तो होगी.
we were talking about this and said, Raj, one time we had a person come in the emergency because they had a glass dildo stuck in their butt and they're not able to remove it. Wow. Because during intense play, the dildo broke,
Oh, no.
being glass, and the person is so terrible in shape because they can't push it out or they can't take it in, being the shape and the form. So if somebody wants to try things, okay, if God gave you it in your body, it's your hands, it's your tongue, it's something that's the extension of your body, use it, but don't try anything outside that can risk you your safety and health. The second thing I have is it's about a very popular influencer. We had engaged her to take this toy through airport, part of a event where she is actually talking about that it is safe to travel with toys. It took us a lot of convincing that it is safe, because I've traveled, a lot of my teammates have traveled. So with half heart, she did take, But we realized right before they go through security, she changed her mind. She wanted to get rid of the toy. And she went to the bathroom, and the only place she thought of to get rid was to put it inside.
Oh no.
At that point, she didn't think that it will beep through the sensor. So she thought, I'll put it, it won't go through my check-in bag, my carry-on bag through the X-ray sensor. Kuch nahi hoga. So she goes through, and then when she goes through those, the metal, not the metal, the thing with the square, right? But you walk through. It's beeping. And now she is sweating like, oh, what am I going to tell them? So they say, you don't have anything in your hand, ye kuch nahi hai, go back again. She goes back again it beeps. So they're like, madam, आपने कुछ पहना है? So she's like, oh, मेरे knee में screw है, metal screw इसलिए. So they say, अच्छा, okay. So they bring her up there, they scan. इंडिया में काफ़ी seriously scan करते हैं.
Yeah.
So वहाँ buzz नहीं हो रहा है. फिर वापस से she's going through and वापस से buzz हो रहा है. So she's like, oh, give me a minute, I'm going to go. So eventually she went back to the restroom, threw it away, and went through it because she had a change of mind last minute, and now she just did not convince herself. So this is for her, this was the highlight of the year. She was very worried, and I think even though she had the daring to try it, she backed out. But that's something that you probably would not have even known because that never came out.
Wow. And I thought my story was bad. I forgot that I had like a little bullet vibrator in my bag.
Yeah.
And I was doing it. मैं कोई workshop करने गई थी, and I'd taken I was doing a workshop with women, teaching them about self pleasure.
Right.
और वो इतना बड़ा सा था, bullet vibrator था, बैग में पड़ा रह गया, बाकी सब मैंने निकाल दिया. And मैं कहीं और जा रही थी. And इलाहाबाद में where I live, where I used to live, वहाँ पे airport पे when you take your suitcase, आपका suitcase checked in luggage पहले ही स्कैन होता है.
Absolutely.
तो वो स्कैनिंग में दे केम टू मी एंड दे सेड, मैम इसमें बैटरी है. मैंने कहा हाँ मेरा हेयर ड्रायर है. दे सेड नहीं मैम छोटी सी बैटरी है. नहीं छोटी सी बैटरी कौन सी है? मैंने कहा चलिए सूटकेस खोल के देखते हैं. मेरे दिमाग में भी नहीं आया क्या है. एंड एज वी गोइंग थ्रू द सूटकेस मैंने ये निकाला. मैंने कहा ओ. सो दे सेड मैडम ये क्या है? मैं तो फ्रीज कर गई फॉर अ सेकंड. आई वाज लाइक सर ये मसाजर है.
Very honest.
So he picks it up and he's like, इतने छोटे से कैसा मसाज होता है? Oh God, what an experience that was.
You should have got that on camera. That would have been fabulous.
Thankfully, somebody realized when they stepped in and they were like, oh, okay, it's fine, take it, इसको hand luggage में ले जाइए. So yeah, you can take it in hand luggage. I learned the bitter way.
And being that we have toys often, and you for research and me for business, many times you hear in stories that in plane, suddenly something started vibrating. So as when I was coming to India this time, my carry-on bag, which I had with me, so the guy who's checking my bag is saying, there's something vibrating.
Oh no.
वो मुझे आँख मार के बोला, is there something funny inside? मैं कह रहा हूँ यार मैं तो toy तो नहीं रखा है मैंने. Then I realized my shaver, so I have 3 shavers, so somehow they got tied and pressed and buzzing. So contradictory to the common belief that it would have been toy. In my case, it was not a toy. But that was definitely a funny incident. But he was convinced it was a toy, and I knew it was not a toy. But then, hey, we just had to leave it at that joke.
So airport security does know that we
they
carry
get
toys
some
in our
very
bag.
interesting stories,
Very cool. Very, very cool. This has been such a fascinating conversation. And I want to take away one last question, one last answer from you. What is one thing that you wish everybody knew about sex and pleasure and toys?
Recently, I saw online, they said, don't love your job, job your love. You heard that. So I'll tell you, on the same lines, don't miss your foreplay your miss, and this for all the boys. Don't love your body your love. And don't chase your finish your chase.
Oh, I love that. That is fantastic. This has been such a wonderful conversation talking about paise and pleasure and pain and all the puns. And I'm so glad we got to talk about this. Thank you for being
Absolutely.
here.
This was a meeting 7 years in the happening. We just converged today.
Love that. To more toys and to more orgasms for everybody.
Give me a high five.
Woohoo.
A big high five. 1, 2. Great.